Gemini, welcome to your September 2023 weekly reading here. It's going to be your reading from September 11th until the 17th. So we're just going to go ahead and jump in here. And we're going to take a look and see what is going on with you. This first row is going to be in regards to your current energy and also the energy to start the week off as well. So you could be dealing with this right now, or this will be the energy like when you enter into the week. Some of you are in different time frames, so just keep that in mind here. All right. The second row is going to be in regards to your challenges. Now this will focus here in a moment, but it's just sometimes it doesn't. There it goes. Second row is going to be challenges that you may face this week, or just the energies that you're working through, So let's take a look as well at this last row. This last row will be in regards to the future position and also what to expect. All right, you do have the Nine of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, so we'll see what that means, but let's see. You also pulled this Venus card that says love. Now, Venus did just go direct in the astrology, so there can be definitely some increase in positivity around the Venus things, Gemini. You have this conclusions are within reach as well. Full moon eclipse. I believe we're having a full moon eclipse pretty soon. And you have the sea turtle, beginnings, self-reliance, journey, and home. I can't remember if it was you, Gemini, when I was talking about the Nemo clip. Maybe that wasn't your reading, but that's just what kind of the flashback that I just got with this. But ultimately, this isn't too bad of a reading here. This really isn't too bad of a reading. I would say just stick to doing stick to doing what's morally best here in your future position. Because I think some things could really be challenging your faith a bit, or just challenging your beliefs here a bit. And I think it's important to stick to, approaching things with the highest principle, the highest moral principle. Because your current energy at this time here is, especially with this Venus card, there's a lot of, you're starting to enjoy things again. You're starting to want to get involved here and start to create. Now, whenever Venus is in retrograde, we sort of don't really, sometimes we feel a lack of cooperation, whether we pull that energy back from cooperating or others are pulling it back from us, or where we feel that things aren't as desirable as they once were. And I feel now with Venus being direct, it's like things are becoming more desirable. Things are becoming more pleasurable in the participation of creating things, right? Or being involved in relationships. So there's just more harmony and more joy and more happiness that I get that you're feeling here. Because that's what Venus has a lot to deal with. Venus deals with, it does deal with our resources and our values and stuff. And it also deals with cooperation, love, and harmony too. So there's a lot of that energy going on as you enter into this week. And again, if you take a look here, you're actively ready. It's like you're ready to start doing the things that you enjoy again. And it's interesting too, it's not that you weren't enjoying things before, but it's like you're finding things more enjoyable, right? It's like you're entering into the week with like, okay, like I enjoy this more, or I'm starting to enjoy this, or I'm enjoying this better than I thought I would. So this looks really well. Now, this could be love here as well in regards to relationships, and it looks good. I think there's cooperation and there's peace here. So let's keep it moving though. You have this conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. And I believe we're having actually a full moon eclipse in Aries this next lunation cycle, I believe. I had to take a look at where the moon is in regards to how, like the degree of where the node is and where the actual full moon is. So, 'cause sometimes it's not enough to be an eclipse, or technically, but anyways, conclusions are within reach here. So if there's been anything you've been wanting to wrap up, or you've been wanting to change, or you've been looking for the answer to, it's definitely coming. And for some of you, this could even be around travel, what I just picked up and heard right now with this Queen of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the World cards. Could be definitely around travel. If it's not travel, this is just about, there's been quite the journey with something that's been going on in your life at this time, and you're about to reach the end here. So just keep going. I think the universe is really wanting you to be patient, especially with this Queen of Pentacles. Be patient. Do the best that you can do. Take it day by day. Don't allow your anxieties and stuff like that to get the best of you. It's a journey that you're on, and what you're doing right now is like you're creating, you're just still in the process of creating this new thing or completing whatever this is. It's a journey. And so, but I feel though, if you take a look here, the Hierophant, Five of Wands, and the King of Wands, if you stick to what it is that you truly believe in, and you stick to dedicating yourself to something that means a lot to you, then I think you will be successful here with this King of Wands. And if there's been things that have been challenging, like your faith or like your belief systems, it's like, don't be afraid to seek out newer information. Don't be afraid to seek out newer ways to expand and learn about yourself, about the world, about what it is that you possibly want to do with your career, about what it is that, newer hobbies, or whatever it might be. We're going to clarify, of course. I always go deep in my reads. So we're going to clarify and obviously get more on this, but there's not anything that you can't overcome. And it's interesting that this Hierophant comes out because, and I think of the astrology a lot when I read, just because it's everything is synchronistic. So the cards are going to reflect the astrology. And it's just life, and it's just the way this cosmic duality works. So the Hierophant being here deals with the archetype of Jupiter. Now, I know this card is the archetype of Taurus, but this card also has a lot to deal with Jupiter. And Jupiter just went retrograde, right? And so Jupiter retrograde sometimes can feel like there's no hope and there's no faith, and we're looking for the positivity and we're looking for the returns on our investments and stuff like that. And it can almost feel as if like those things aren't happening, or they're not happening as fast as we would like them. And also too, that Jupiter retrograde can be where we want to socially withdraw from the active participation in our creative pursuits, or the active participation in expanding our world or making the world a better place, literally. And so one thing that we need to do, and this is just my opinion, and this is just from what I've read, one thing that we can focus on with Jupiter's retrograde is still dedicating ourselves to a higher principle, right? Even when things are going not as great, right? So to not let your faith be wavered, and maybe it will waver, but not to ultimately just like give up, you know what I mean? So let's pull your last oracle card, and then we'll clarify. Pull this wife, engagement, bride here. And maybe for some of you this is in regards to a relationship, maybe literally it's a marriage or whatever the case might be. I forgot to even show you this one. Whoops. You have the sea turtles here as well, right beside this, and it says beginnings, self-reliance, journey, and it says home. So enjoy the journey, appreciate the journey, right? All the duality, all the contrast of all the energies, right? It's all unique, and it all is there to teach us something, and it's all here to be experienced. And especially if you've dedicated yourself to, whether it's a relationship, a commitment, or if it's a marriage, or if it's your business, or if it's your family, whatever it is, it's like, there's going to be tough times, there's going to be good times. You get what I'm saying. Let's clarify this read, and let's take a little more deeper look and see what else wants to poke its head through here. Let's see. Gemini. Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Cups. Yeah, I think you're readily accepting the changes here in your life, and I think you're looking forward to changes. And some of you, it's like there's been recent changes, and I think you're, just embracing change right now. So, Two of Cups, Page of Swords, definitely be in regards to, the connection of your relationships, right? Getting involved again in relationships, or if you're in a love relationship, or if you're dealing with a person, it's about, starting to work together, starting to meet each other's needs, just deepening your relationship with the person that you're dealing with. And that could be love, or that could be platonic. And when it comes to yourself, it's like you're ultimately just overall evolving, and you're innovating. Seven of Cups. Yeah, your desires there's a lot to appreciate. There's a lot to enjoy. There's a lot of things here around you at this time, I'm sensing, that you can be grateful for, and that can bring you that inner sense of nourishing happiness and peace. But tough times do come. So let's take a look. Let's take a look, goddammit. You got the Magician, the Five of Swords on that World card for your challenge here. What I'm kind of picking up with this is, don't be stubborn to change. And also, if people around you aren't accepting sort of like the new cycle that you're entering into your life, or sort of just like the newer start of something, or just like what you're doing and what you're ultimately trying to achieve, don't be afraid to cut these people out of your life, right? Or restrict these people, because this is your life and this is your journey, and you can't let others take away that from you. The Justice card and the Chariot also being here. Morally, actions have consequences. This is the Justice card, right? So if you do this, you're going to get that. If you do good, you'll get good. If you do bad, well, then things are going to go bad. So this is telling you to be smart with your choices, and to, again, it's there's something about a sticking to a higher moral principle when it comes to this situation. I'll give you an example. Let's just say, now I know this ain't everybody, but this is just an example so you can sort of understand, if you're not understanding, that let's just say you get married, right? And you make a wedding vow to the person, right? And yes, tough times will come during the marriage, but are you just going to break that vow to that person just because there's been a little bit of a difficulty? Now, I'm not talking about, abusive stuff or stuff like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you have a fight or an argument, right? It's you made the promise, Hierophant, right? The Hierophant, it's the pillars on the Hierophant represent the moral principles that keep something up, right? So let's just say, for example, if you go through a fight, whatever the case might be, it's not just bailing out, right? You made a vow, and you stick to the higher principle of what your marriage is, or what that vow was, right? You stick to the principle. That's just an example, if you get where I'm coming from. I hope I worded that right. Sometimes I just feel like I don't even know what the fuck. Anyways. Shit. Anyways, but the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups as well in the challenge here is just, just appreciating what it is that you have, and continue nourishing and creating and not giving up. Hierophant, Two of Pentacles, is in that future position here. You gotta, sometimes you only have so much to work with, but as long as you do your best and you do the right thing, then it'll work out. Star card, the universal oneness of everything, and to put your differences aside, especially when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to the world, and understand that, that it's not just about you, it's not just about, maybe another person, it's about understanding the universal oneness. Nine of Cups and the King of Wands, I think everything's gonna be fine. I think if there's been anything, Five of Wands, or maybe there's some growth or inner growth you're going through, some challenging moments, you'll be fine. King of Wands, Nine of Cups, your wish fulfillment, satisfaction, and feeling like you're in control. of your reality. So, which you always are in control of your reality. Yeah. So, well, you have the control, right? I mean, of course, there's external things, planetary alignments, whatever, but you always have control over your actions and the actions that you take in a situation, or your attitude in a situation, right? So, that's what I got for you, Gemini. I wanted to call you a Taurus for some reason. Maybe you have a Taurus placement. I don't know. But that's what I got for y'all. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you like this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up if it resonated with you. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that link is down below in the description. Just click the link. All the details are there. The reads are on sale, so get them while you can. And otherwise than that, that is it. I really never know how to end my videos, because I feel like some people want more, and I'm just like, I ain't got no more. So I'll see y'all later. It's almost like, anyways, bye.